guys, so I am back with another review. This time it is going to be on Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. Beauty Queens is about a group of beauty pageant contestants who are on their way to a beach to shoot the Miss Teen Dream beauty pageant. Unfortunately, they don't quite make it as their plane crashes on what they think is a deserted island. These girls were forced to really survive with basically nothing other than the few dresses that they salvaged and the few hair accessories and hair appliances that they salvaged. Some contestants were more logical than others, while others were more crazy. Let's get into what I liked and disliked about the plot. This book is full of satire, and I really love that kind of humor. If you're not into that kind of humor, I would not recommend picking it up because this book is caked with satire. Some of the events that happened throughout the story were just so outrageous, and honestly this book sort of reminded me of Lost, if any of you have seen that, and they actually make a reference to it, which I think you'll only get if you have seen Lost. Along with the plot though, some of these personalities of these characters were so crazy, but I will get into that when we discuss the characters. While this book is hilarious and outrageous and so much fun to read, it does touch upon some more serious issues. There is a lesbian relationship in this book, there is a transgendered character, and it does touch upon racism. Now, a few reviews that I've read have said that these parts came off as kind of preachy to them. I personally did not read it that way, but that preachiness is a personal thing. But me personally, I didn't really feel like Libba Bray was trying to shove a certain belief down my throat. That's one of those things that's different from person to person, and I'm not about to get too deep into that because that's a different time, different place. Let's talk about what I disliked about this plot. Now, the story is sort of laid out in a television style. There are footnotes, there are commercial breaks, and at first they were really funny, but eventually they got kind of tedious. The last half of the book I basically skipped over the footnotes and the commercial breaks because I just didn't feel like reading them. I just wanted to get on with the story. So that was the only thing that I really disliked about the plot. Like, there was nothing really about the story, it was more about how it was laid out. Let's talk about characters. Now, only 13 of the 50 contestants survive, but you don't focus on all of those contestants. You really only focus on about 4 or 5, and I really appreciated that because if you focus on all 13, you wouldn't have been able to really delve into the backgrounds of these characters. But since you only focus on a few of them, you're able to delve into the background, why these characters joined the pageant in the first place, what they really think of the pageant, and who they really are. Now, a lot of these girls really do find themselves through this journey. This had to happen sort of in order for them to really figure out who they are. I had 2 favorite characters. The first one was Adina Greenberg, who was Miss New Hampshire. She was one of the most logical characters. Unlike a certain character who I will get into later, Adina was one of the more logical ones. She was worried about shelter, food, water. She was trying to survive. So I really liked that about her. The second favorite character I had, Jennifer Huberman, who was Miss Michigan. Jennifer was kind of a badass, and I always latch on to these badass girl characters, I think because I'm sort of a wimp, so I'm living vicariously through these characters, who knows, but I really loved her. She never took it from anyone, she always spoke her mind, she didn't care. Now, my least favorite character, and it really hurts me to say this, was Taylor Renee Crystal Hawkins, who was Miss Texas, and as you guys know, I am from Texas, and so it hurts me to say that she was my least favorite. You know, at the beginning, she was half obnoxious and half sort of funny. In the middle of the book, she completely lost it. I'm not going to get into that. And then at the end of the book, she ended up, I'm not going to get into that either, but the way she ended up was just kind of random. Now, while I understand that this book is very much satire, it just seemed a little bit too out there. It's sort of random, and I didn't really understand why. That's just me. I ended up giving this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I did have some issues with the plot, and I had some issues with some of the characters, but my biggest issue was with Miss Texas. I definitely recommend you guys pick this up because this was such a fun read. Even if you don't really like the characters or anything, this book is such an experience, and I would hate for anybody to miss out on it. It's such a fun read, it's such a good read. At some points it was actually really touching as well. I will definitely be picking up more books by Libba Bray. I really want to pick up Going Bovine because I heard that's a trip, so I'm really looking forward to that. I am currently reading The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. It is the first book in the Chaos Walking trilogy. I meant to get more into it last night, but I was tired and the grammar and the spelling was a lot worse than I imagined. I realized this is a book that you cannot read when you're tired. Otherwise, it makes no sense whatsoever. So yeah, that is my review of Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. Let me know in the comments below if you've read the book and did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you want to read it? Do you not want to read it? Definitely let me know. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. So I want to do something new with my videos each time I post them. Now they will vary from time to time, and I will get into that later. In the down bar of each of the videos that I post links to 2 videos that have come out that week or this week. For this video, I will post 1 book related video and 1 non-book related video. That'll maybe be from one of my favorite YouTubers or something. Who knows? This is where the varying comes in, because if you guys couldn't tell, I don't really have a set schedule as to when I post my videos. So maybe one week you'll just get the 2 links, or maybe one week I'll post 2 videos. In which case the first video will get the 2 videos that have come out that week, and the second video will get just any videos. So if you think it's a cool idea, let me know in the comments below, and we'll go from there. If nobody likes it, then we won't do it anymore. If yes, then we'll keep doing it. So yeah, let me know.